Good evening, everyone. It is April the 20th, 2025. I hope everyone's enjoying the Easter weekend. Nice long 4-day weekend for everyone. Been a busy weekend for everyone, I'm sure. And today, the video I'm going to put up is on the asylum seekers here, and we're having a new wave of asylum seekers coming in across our border right now. And it's putting more pressure again on the border and on our social services as well. These are people, because of Trump's policies and letters going out that these people are going to be deported. They're trying to get across our border. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but we're definitely seeing the numbers now rising, which we expected. From what my understanding is, that there are people now being turned back into the States. They're not being accepted into Canada as well. And the ones that are being accepted are who have a chance of more likely coming into Canada would be those who have relatives uh, living here in Canada that may be able to help to get them into Canada. So it's not just the drugs. It's not just the smuggling. In a sense it is, but these are other people are just walking over our borders again. And the statistics, the numbers are showing there from last year to this year on the video that I'm going to show, that it's definitely increasing. And of course, what they're saying now, the increase of people coming over our border to get into Canada is far more than people coming from our country into the United States, trying to get into the United States right now, because everybody's scrambling due to Trump and his policies at the moment. So this is a very serious problem that we're having. So I wanted to make sure that I put this up as well, because it's going to be putting a lot more pressure on our services here with the housing crunch that we have here right now. This is not going to be a good thing as well. So I think this is why they're saying hopefully they have relatives in Canada that can put them up while they're going through the process. So there's only going to be maybe so many allowed in Canada at the time being. And of course, the letters that are going out, it clearly states that in the video that the letters that the Trump administration's putting out right now has said you have a certain time to be out of the country, and if you are not out of the country, then you're going to be deported. And with the issues on deportation and where people are landing due to the deportation is of serious concern as well. So I'm going to put this video up. I'm just going to give you a short introduction, but just to keep you updated on what I'm hearing and what's going on. I think it's important for everyone to hear this. I will say one thing. We're just about a week away now from the 28th of April for the federal election. We're doing our advance polls all the Easter weekend for the 4 days. We're getting huge turnouts for that. Part of it, again, is that they're worried about the youth vote, because a lot of youth don't want to vote or don't know how, or they think it's really a complicated process. So I'm just going to give the youth an understanding of what happens when you go to the poll. First off, in the mailbox, wherever you live, you should have a voter card, a registration card that allows you to vote and says that you're eligible to vote. So you go to your polling station where it says you'd have to go to vote. With your card, you take your ID with you to prove that you're at that address and you're the person who that card is saying you are. You hand that to them. Then they'll check it out, and then they'll go down the list. They have a big book of the lists of who's allowed to vote. You go in. When you go in, they just take a ruler, scratch out your name that you're here. Then they hand you a ballot. Very simple procedure with all the names of the candidates. It's a round circle. All you have to do is put an X beside the name of the candidate you wish to vote for. You fold it up, as they say. There's usually a little tag on it. When you hand it back to them, they'll take it off. Then they will hand you the ballot. that you have just put your X on, so you can put it actually yourself in the ballot box. So it's very simple procedure. So it's nothing to worry about. It's just you have to, the main thing is make sure you show your ID. And so they were showing this on the news tonight about some of the young people that were going in to vote and were surprised at how easy it was to vote. But I did want to also mention that this is one of the most important elections probably in Canadian history right now because of what is happening in the turmoil in the world. And it's essential that everyone vote, including the young, that you have your voice. Fortunately, this is democratic procedure for us to be allowed to vote. And right now, the way things are going in the States, who's going to be able to vote? We don't know what's going on with the Trump administration. So we have a say. This is being a democratic society. And I remember, if you check up the history, 5 women, I think it was 5 to 7 women, they were the ones that made sure that women had a chance to vote as well. They went to the British Parliament at that time. They went through the procedure, so women had a chance to vote. And right now, with the state stripping rights away from people left, right, and center, we don't know what's going to happen there. So it's really a privilege for the young people to vote today. And I was taught that right from the beginning when I was 18 years old enough to vote. Go in and vote. It's a privilege, thanks to those women who allowed women to vote. And right now, like I said, there's problems like women don't even have control over their own bodies right now in the States. So every vote really, really counts. And it's not only just for Canada here, but for the whole world has to see that we're still a democratic society and we can hold up our end on being a democratic society. So I really encourage everyone who's young to go vote. Everyone right across the board, all ages, to go vote. But don't worry for the youth. It's a very simple procedure. You go in, you vote, and even if your candidate doesn't get in, it means you tried. And right now, we're all trying to make sure that we do not become the 51st state of the U.S., because that's certainly not what any of us want. And we're trying to look at who's going to be the strongest leader that's going to be able to handle the Trump administration at this point, and the tariffs that have been imposed on us that should never have been imposed on us in the first place, because we are such good neighbors and we've always been there to back up the United States. And previously, they've always been there to back us up, but, well, we're in new territory right now. So it's extremely important, and I encourage everyone, and especially the youth, to go in and vote and be a really good citizen, because that vote is important, and every single election is important. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Everyone, you take care, be safe, watch your surroundings, and we'll talk again soon. And bye-bye.